Hi everyone, Big Pauly back for a new video. Oh yes, and do you know what sort of video it is? Not shopping, not top 10, not unboxing. Poundland bin. What is in this week's Poundland bin? Let's find out. Oh yes, baby, let's do it. Hello, Poundland bin. Oh, baby. I think you need some new stickers. I think we better buy you some new stickers, actually. Yeah. Got some new stickers? Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, God, I just spat all over the phone. La 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 la. Oh yes, baby. Oh yes, big baby. Oh yes, big baby with a dummy in its mouth. I got one. Oh, oh, God damn me. Oh, dear me. Oh, spin round and round. Oh God, don't do that. You can bloody fall over, twat. All right, okay. And guess what? What's his name? Russell. Okie dokie. Oh, I can feel a sticker. Okay, here we go then. Why do I always pick them out upside down? What is going on? Oh. Oh. Oh! This is one of the very first ones I think I got from the Poundland bin. I forgot about this one, but it looks good. I think it does look a bit good. Bloody hell, it's got Sigourney Weaver in it. Bloody hell. Taylor Lautner. Abduction. It looks a bit Die Hardish. Is this, I think this may be the film that he did after Twilight to try and sort of like get himself a big box office name. Taylor Lautner explodes on screen. Bits of him all over the place. As a young man whose secret past is set to collide with a dangerous reality. After uncovering a deadly lie, Nathan, played by Lautner, is propelled on a lethal, no-holds-barred mission to learn the truth. Aided by a devoted family friend, Sigourney Weaver, Nathan's hunt for the facts pits him against ruthless assassins and questionable allies. Yes, baby. Okie dokie. DTS HD Master Audio 7.1. 7.1. I haven't got a 7.1 set up, but it's still 7.1. Okie dokie, 106 minutes. Okay, let's get this bad boy on then. Okie dokie. Let's have a look, see what we got. Any digital codes? Nah. Nice little picture though, very nice. And do we have a nice clean disc? Oh, look at that, lovely and shiny. Oh, what's that? Bit of dust. Okie dokie, so here we go. Into the player she must go. Are you sitting comfortably? Let us begin. Okie dokie, so the disc is in spinning. I've got me Coke. I've got a nice little bag of popcorn for later on. Oh, yes, baby. And we better switch it over because it's on Sky at the moment. So I better switch it over to Blu-ray player. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's do it. I tell you what, though. I've got more chance of liking this than us leaving the EU. Let's do it. Oh, yes, baby. Okay, so, abduction. The fight for the truth will be the fight of his life. Yes, okay. Not a bad little action film. It says amazing on there, but I wouldn't go that far. Plus, that scene's kind of misinterpreted. See, he's holding a gun there. Okay, so the story starts off at this kind of summer frat house party. All these sexed up teenagers, half naked, throwing themselves around the swimming pool, playing beer pong, all that kind of shit. He's got his buddies, like I say, there's scantily clad women everywhere, throwing each other in the swimming pools, all that sort of thing. He gets pissed, ends up unconscious, gets picked up by his dad the following morning, kind of unimpressed of the antics he's getting up to. And to start with, his dad's a bit mean. He's sort of like doing a sparring in their back garden. You know, he's punching the shit out of him. Absolutely punching the shit out of him. And we think, oh God, abuse, child abuse. Because he looks about 10. And Nathan's parents are played by Evie from the Bad Mummy movie, Maria Bello, and Captain Gabriel Lorca himself, Jason Isaacs. So for the first like half an hour, you're thinking, okay, it's called abduction. What's going to happen? It's all very, like I say, very American, very high school stuff, teen angst. He's got the hots for the girl across the street who apparently they had a fling thing years ago. And one night they're doing some homework on like missing children and abductees and things like that. And there's this photo fit program on this website where they've got photos of children that went missing, and then they've got photo fits of what they look like, kind of CGI photo fits of what they look like now. Kind of thing that they did with Madeleine McCann that time. You know, they showed what she would look like. And unfortunately, one of the photographs actually does resemble him, and it gets him thinking. And his mum stumbles upon him with a load of paperwork that he's printed out from his websites and doesn't deny it. So you kind of think, okay, right. And I'm thinking at the time he was maybe kidnapped by these two, abducted by these two when he was young, and they brought him up. Not exactly, no. All of a sudden the house is stormed by bad guys with guns shooting and all that kind of shit. And his parents fight back. And unfortunately neither of them survive. But he finds out later on that in fact they were never his parents. He grew up with them, but they were kind of put in place to protect him, to oversee him. And after escaping a rather large explosion at the house, Nathan and the girl across the road, whose name I forgot, go on the run. So it's kind of like, it turns into kind of like The Fugitive, a watered down version of The Fugitive. And as Nathan and what's her name, they try desperately to get away from all the bad guys. We've also got a different element. We've got the CIA as well. Now Nathan has been going to see this shrink played by Sigourney Weaver, who it turns out she's been overseeing him as well. So she's kind of like an aunt protector type of thing. And it all revolves around his dad, Martin, who used to be a CIA Black Ops agent or operative that's in possession of this list of 25 names. And these bad guys, these Serbian bad guys, are trying to get this list. And in order to get it, Martin's supposed to have the list, but they'll go in after Nathan, kind of like leverage. They're thinking that if they've got Nathan, then Martin will give up the list. Yeah, as I said, it turns into this watered down, fugitive cat and mouse across the state. I mean, Sigourney Weaver is in it. Barely. She has a few pop-up moments, so I'm quite disappointed about that. I was, looking forward to maybe having a big meaty role. There's a few shootouts. There's a semi-impressive action piece set on a train. And the big finale at the end is all filmed and set around this baseball game. Kind of reminded me of that film Final Score with Dave Bautista and Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan.
Holy fuck!
Piers Brosnan. Piers Morgan. What the fuck? Yes, that was a bit of actually a bit more of an impressive action film. It did have its good moments. My problem, I mean, yeah, not bad for a quid, but my problem is with the characters. Now, like I say, Sigourney Weaver, barely noticeable in the film. You don't get to see his real dad until kind of like the very end, right at the end of the film, and you only see like parts of him, like the chin or the forehead. So you never really get to see who he actually is. There is a distance shot of him, but you need a fucking magnifying glass to see who it actually is. At one point, I thought it was Victor Garber, but I don't think it is. Alfred Molina, just the usual CIA agent, bit of a grumpy sod. Jason Isaacs is pretty good. For the limited role they had, I mean, they were, both Jason Isaacs and Maria Bello were gone within the first half an hour, which is a shame because it could have been something a lot better if they'd, been in the film for the rest of it. The girl was okay, the love interest was okay, but Taylor Lautner, he's not exactly a John McClane now, is he? I mean, for the whole film, he looks about 10. And the thing that the problem I've always had with him is he has something in common with Kristen Stewart. They're both bloody miserable all the time. You hardly ever see them smile. I know his parents have just been killed. That doesn't help. But crack a smile once or twice, mate. But yeah, at least Robert Patterson cracked a smile every now and again. But yeah, I mean, it's the same type of brooding, miserable sod that he was in the Twilight series. So yeah, I can see why it didn't propel him. It's not exactly a promising start to an action career. Not like when we saw Bruce Willis, John McClane in the first Die Hard. Shit. Because you'd only seen Bruce Willis from like Moonlighting, and all of a sudden he's playing what? An action hero shooting bad guys? But yeah, that worked. Definitely, that worked. And then lots and lots of other action films came later for Bruce. Unfortunately, a lot of the most recent ones were very forgettable. But for Taylor Lautner, has he done anything lately? Didn't work. It didn't work. He never became anywhere near as popular as Bruce Willis. But yeah, as an action film, I can't say that I was bored. I wasn't bored, but the first half hour all set around this frat party or whatever you call it with the high school, and I was thinking, oh god, I hope it gets a little bit more exciting. Then it did spruce up with the house invasion and the shooting and all that kind of stuff, and then the realisation of who these people were, and it just carried that momentum all the way through the film. It's kind of your average run-of-the-mill action film. It's never going to set the box office alight. But it was a good watch. It was a good watch for a quid. it's just probably not gonna be a film that I'd be putting on maybe again, because now I know what happens, and there's not going to be the excitement and the tension, because you exactly know what's going to happen. But yeah, it was not a bad watch. I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's just, it's not a good action film. It's just an average action film. But yeah, so that's my take on Abduction. Right, picture quality was good. Picture quality was good. There was a little bit of a grain at the beginning. Lots of vibrant colours at the beginning around the pool party, and everybody in bright bikinis and stuff like that. The rest of the film was all action, you know, lots of street scenes, and the end scene sequence at the ball game was really impressive. Nice bright greens of the baseball field, and all the different people in there, bright colours and all that kind of thing. So that was quite good. That was pretty good. And it was only at the beginning I noticed a significant amount of grain, but the rest of the film was pretty good. Now, the audio is DTS HD Master Audio 7.1. Now, I don't have a 7.1 setup in the back bedroom here. I have a 5.1.2 with an Atmos setup, but it scaled it to the usual DTS Neuro. So it was a pretty good soundtrack. I wouldn't say it's out of this world, but there was a lot of thundering bass with things like the shootout and the train scenes. When the train went past, there was really low rumbling and a few ricochet shots from the guns when they were shooting around the house. Big explosion towards the beginning did rumble the old floorboards, and I'm sure I saw the light going. So yeah, not bad. Aspect ratio is 240, so you've got black bars. It's region locked B. Special features. There are some special features, including Abduction Chronicle, initiation of an action hero. Initiation of an action hero. Ooh, they were hoping for something, weren't they? The fight for the truth, pulled punches, gag reel. That'd quite be funny actually. And abduction application. So a few extras there. A few extras. So not too bad. Not too bad. It was worth a shot. But as I say, for £1, not bad. Right, okay, so that's my review. How am I going to rate it, though? Out of a rating of 10, I could kind of like rate it in 2. Like the first half hour, I'll kind of rate as maybe 2.5. But then the action picks up, the chase picks up, so I'll add an extra couple of points. So out of 10, I'm going to rate it at 5. I think 5 out of 10 is fair. Halfway, a moderate action film, but nothing stand out. You know, I've seen it done so many times before and so many times better, but it's not a bad action film. Okay, so Abduction. So what are we going to do with it? Are we going to find a slot somewhere in the shelf between John Wick and Die Hard? No, I don't think so. It's not that kind of calibre. Bleed now. But I know where we'll put it. I think we'll put it actually in the recycling. There you go, down the side there. Like I said, it was an okay action film, moderately entertaining, but definitely not something that I'll want to be sticking on the shelf and going back to. I can always catch up on it on maybe Netflix or Amazon if I want to, sometime in a later date in a couple of years' time. Yes. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this week's What's in the Poundland bin. We shall do it all again next week. You never know what we're going to pick. And until then, like it by giving it a thumbs up, share and comment and all that kind of shit. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.